What's happening, Milanisti football fans? Today is Wednesday down in Mexico. It's gorgeous down here in the Caribbean. Loving it. Been down here with family for the last 3 months, moving down here from Phoenix, Arizona. So everything's been really nice down here. With that being said, today's show is a special show, kind of a last minute thing. And kind of just to give you some background on it. As you know, the Kim Min-Jae from Bayern Munich yesterday got a lot of hate from fans, critics, football critics, a lot of podcasts, even his own coach, Tuchel, came out and blamed him for both those mistakes that cost him 2 goals against Real Madrid yesterday, the Champions League semifinal game. And honestly, the first one, that's what we're going to get into today. We're going to dive into that, get into some video, some technical video, and explain why it wasn't his fault. All right. Also, obviously, that second goal, that penalty, that kind of just lazy tackle, it happens to the best of them. Right, we've seen other really high-quality center backs make those mistakes, just out of sheer panic, maybe because that first goal shook them up a little bit, and it's just a mental error. So that being said, let's get into it. All right. Let's see if we got anybody in the chat. All right, we got Christian. What's happening, man? Yeah, Christian. Yeah, I'll dive into that right now. Right. I'll show you why exactly it wasn't his fault. A lot of things happened during that play. Next game is at Real Madrid. Damn, yeah. Obviously, Madrid's got the advantage now. I think Tuchel, after what he said, he came out publicly and he blamed the player, which no coach, in my opinion, a good coach at that level, should ever do publicly. In the locker room, yeah, go ahead. You want to call him out in front of your teammates. Even then, that's uncalled for. You call him into his office and you have a one-on-one with that player. But to call him out publicly and say, yeah, he fucked up, he made a mistake, that was on him, that just destroys the player's confidence and the team's confidence too. PSG game, right? Yeah, that's happening today too. PSG. I don't like PSG personally. The only time I did like them a little bit is when they had Carlo back in the day for a little bit until they got rid of him because they didn't know which way they wanted to go. But yeah, I'm pulling for Borussia. Dortmund's playing them, correct, Christian, today? I think that's it. I think Dortmund's playing PSG today. That being said, overall, Champions League, who do I want to win? Before delving into the analysis of the wow. It's a tough one, Christian. Personally, I could care less. I like this. I don't want Real Madrid to win it. They've won enough times. Maybe Dortmund. Even though they have a outside chance of winning it. Yeah. Just don't like Real Madrid winning another trophy and expanding that lead. It'll be, 18 trophies? They've had enough. They can, the German ones, yeah. Yeah. I don't think Bayern Munich, obviously, but Borussia Dortmund, I think it'd be nice for them. It'd be a nice little story, considering how their coach has been. He's been on that critics list. A lot of the fan base have been criticizing their head coach. And that's the one too. If Bayern wins, they tie with Milan for 7. We don't want that ever happening. Even though we might not win one for a while, obviously. I don't want to get off too much topic, but the way the club is currently being run, as we all know, it's not the best, right? All these rumors with Lopetegu and this coach and that coach and the ownership, as we all know, is Milanisti. Anybody that follows football, Milan's got it. It's a little bit of a turmoil right now. And I don't see us getting back into Champions League finals anytime soon. All right, with that being said, let's kick things off. Let me share this screen. All right. And let's get into it. All right. So let's get into this play. I picked this up from @RD Scouting. It's a great analysis of Vinny's goal last night. This is a really good breakdown. Let's pull up the volume a little bit. So you see there's Cruz right there. He's scanning the field, right? He receives the ball, no pressure. First of all, I don't know what Harry Kane's doing. He should be pressuring the ball. Anyways, no pressure. So that's a big error right there. All that open space. So now he sees Vinicius right there. All right. So he's looking, he's scanning. There's Kim Min-Jae making his run because he looks like he's looking at Cruz at his eyes and going, all right, he's going to pass the ball to Vinny's feet. All right, that's to me as an experienced coach. I've watched the game for a long time. I've coached. I'm not saying I know everything, but when you've coached the game and you've run sessions and you've played as well for a little bit. I played up to 3rd division college ball in the United States for half a season as a center back. And the funny thing is I ended up quitting because I was a little bit too short. The other 2 center backs on the team, 3 of them were just monsters. They were 6'2", talented kids. I had no chance of ever playing any games. So I was benched and I decided to quit halfway through the season. But that being said, I do see the game differently. Just like somebody when they've watched a movie 100 times or as a movie producer or whatever, they look at different things during the movie. They might look at the background. They don't just focus on one particular thing on the main character, for example. So they notice different things. So I noticed different things. And along with some other people online like La Liga Systems, who was supposed to be on today's show, was able to make it. He agrees that this wasn't Kim Jae's fault. That's why I wanted to have on the show to kind of confirm what I'm saying as well. Anyways, going back. So obviously Kim Jae is looking at Chris say, oh shit, he's going to go to his front foot. Let me make a play. All right. Also, he's making a run there too. So this is going to kind of throw off Kim Jae a little bit, right? Because he's like, all right, my guy's going to intercept the ball. So he thinks he's going to get help. Let's run the play. All right, so there's 3 players right there, right? And he fakes it. If you notice that, he faked it. So last minute, Cruz, being the veteran playing that is and one of the best midfielders to play the game, faked Kim Jae out. So Kim Jae's feet, you see that he's a little out of position. He's like, oh shit, I read the play wrong. He's not passing to his front foot. He's passing it through a through ball between my wide open defense. So I'll get that into a minute. Why there's a problem with the defensive structure in the back line. And there it is. There's the ball. There's Dyer, I should say. Dyer was late to break as well. So there's Bellingham. Dyer, matter of fact, and I'll show you in another video that's a different view of this play, why Dyer should have not covered Bellingham because he was not any danger. Matter of fact, the left back could have shadowed Bellingham as well. And there he is. There's the through ball by Kraus because he faked that initial pass to Vinicius' front foot. And he's like, Kim, I got you. I'm actually going to through ball. And Kim was too late to react. Kim's got speed too. And Vinicius is not the fastest player. Kyle Walker, he's always beating him to the punch. But the fact that he hesitated for a minute, Kim Jae, because of that deception, which everybody's taught even at the U11 level to disguise your passes. So imagine somebody like Cruz who's been playing this game forever, right? What he can do with this ball. There's a through ball, and matter of fact, Neuer should have came out earlier as well, but I'm not really putting the fault on the keeper. He could have came out a little earlier, made it a little bit more difficult for Vinicius to make that shot. So there's the play from one angle. So let's go to APFC courses. All right. They come out with some really good stuff. So here's a different. So there's a different view. This is more of a tactical view of the play. So he's playing with the ball, and then there's a ball to Kraus. So there's a defense. All right. There's Kane, no pressure. He's not really doing anything at all either. This defender. So Kroos is playing. He's looking. He's reading the game. He passes his back, finding that open space again. Okay, so there's Bellingham. This is what I mean by structure as a team. So when you're playing defense, especially your back three or back four, you're supposed to work as a unit. And what I've taught, and most coaches teach the defenders, is to imagine you're on a tightrope. So if everybody's moving to the right, everybody moves to the right, covering each other's space. So if Kim Jae is following here, Dyer, I should say, the way center backs are taught to play the game is supposed to be covering Kim Jae's back, closing that gap just in case there's a through ball or he gets beat. And that didn't happen. So I'll show you in a second. All right. Look at that open space. That winger's not going to do much because if he gets the ball, you'll be able to get to recover anyways, right? Look at this organization, this unorganized back line. There's Kim Jae. Look at that space between Dyer and Kim Jae. That shouldn't happen either. Well, he's covering him, so he's not responsible. But Dyer should get communicated with his left back and say, hey, I'm moving over, shifting over to Kim Jae, covering that open space and providing coverage for my other center back. That's the problem I have with this play. As a matter of fact, I was on yesterday's Football Terrace show as I was listening in, and I put it in the chat that he got baited. Kroos actually baited him with that pass, and it wasn't Kim Jae's fault. And also Dyer should have moved over as well and shifted over and helped him out. And that whole panel, listen, I don't know their experience. I don't know their background. I know they're mostly EPL guys, and they might be defending Dyer. I don't know. But from my perspective as a coach, my experience, right? Not saying I know everything, but I know enough that this is wrong. To put the blame on Kim Jae alone is an issue for me, and for a lot of people as well too. You can't put the blame on Kim. A lot of things happened in this play. One, Kroos disguised the play. He faked it to Vinicius' front foot, got Kim Jae because Kim Jae was reading his eyes. All right, just like a no-look pass in basketball. There's different ways to disguise passes in sports, and Kroos is a master. So that was the one thing. Second, Dyer, where the hell is he? He's nowhere in sight. The left back could have moved over. And Dyer should be covering his backside. You got to move as a unit. If everybody's moving to the right, you move to the right. Everybody's moving to the left, you shift over to the left. That's the way defense is taught, even at the youth level. All right? So let's see this play from the and there's the fake. He fakes it. He's already got Kim Jae, right? Like we showed in the other video. Kim Jae's got his feet all tangled up. His body, his body weight is kind of off shifted, right? Offline because he got faked out. And there it is. There's a through ball. And Dyer, because he's not covering that space properly, Dyer, unless you're, I don't know, Usain Bolt, you're not getting to that ball either. And matter of fact, so Neuer is pretty experienced keeper, obviously. He should have came out a little bit faster, in my opinion. Just from seeing keepers being trained, even at the professional level in the United States, he should have came out a little faster, and he didn't. So he'd even try now, or maybe I'm not blaming him, but he could have done a better job making himself bigger as well to make that angle a little bit more difficult for Vinicius, because that's an easy goal for Vinicius. Matter of fact, for most players, if you're giving them that much open space and not contesting it, they're going to score 9 out of 10 times. And there's the goal. And there's Vinicius celebrating. All right, so that's what I got. Does that make sense to everybody in the chat watching it on YouTube, Christian, and to anybody watching this on X? All right. So it didn't show. All right, so let's try this again. All right, Christian. Sorry about that. Let's share this screen again. All right. Apologies. Fuck. Okay. Let's try this from the beginning. So it didn't show. All right. So let's try this again. All right, Christian. Sorry about that. All right. Damn, okay. Let's take this from the start. I was talking to myself, showing nothing. All right, it happens. All right, let's try this again. All right, Christian, you're in the chat, so let's try this again, pal. Let's go to R&B. Can you see that? Christian, let me know, because I'm sharing the screen right now. If not, Ustream sucks. And we got to go to a different platform. How about now, Christian? Because right now I'm sharing View tab. Okay. Okay. But now, are you seeing anything now? All right, cool. All right, let's do this. So R&D Football Scout. All right. So like I said before, I'll take it from the top. So this is the first angle from the game. And I'll show you exactly what happened, that it wasn't Kim Jae's fault. A lot of things happened during this play. Let's break it down. So there's Cruz, he gets the ball. No pressure from anybody. So matter of fact, there's 3 people right there as it breaks it down. So he's looking like there we go. Hold on, let's back it up a bit. So it looks like he's going to go this way, this defender and his midfielder to kind of break up the play, right? Intercept the path. Kim Jae's making a run. So at this point, Cruz at some point faked that pass. All right, because Kim Jae is actually looking at Cruz's eyes. He's trying to read the play, see what he's going to do, trying to anticipate the play. He's making a run. And most of the time, 9 out of 10 times, the ball is going to go to his front foot. All right. There it goes. So Kim Jae is reading the play. Boom. He thinks it's going to his front foot. Last minute, he changes direction, Chris. Now, by then it's too late because you see Vinicius making a run, right? Kim Jae is out of position because he's saying, oh, I got baited, I got faked, which just happens in a lot of sports. If you're really good at disguising your passes, even at the youth level, kids are being taught this. All right, I taught my kids when I was coaching, disguise your passes. Even in basketball, players are taught how to disguise passes, fake passes, to throw off your defender. So by then, Kim Jae is like, oh shit, I got faked out. All right, his defense midfielders are not doing much either in that play. And there's the run. And the Cruz says, I got you, Kim Jae. It's too late. I've got the through ball. And boom. And there's Dyer right there. Matter of fact, like I said before, now you see the screen, the keeper for Bayern Munich now, or should have done something different too. Should have put his body out, made himself a little bit bigger to make it more difficult for Vinicius. But he didn't do much either. He just kind of sat there. And there's the goal. So again, Vinicius, he fakes it. There's the fake. It looks like he's going to his front foot. He fakes him out. There's the open gap. Makes the run. See you later, Kim. Dyer's way too late. Goal. One more time. There it is. All right, let's go to the second one. All right, let me know if you see the second screen, everybody. Can we see the second screen? Gio. Because Restream is giving me a hard time today. Well, let's go to the Restream app. All right, let's take it from the top. Share this tab instead. All right, cool. All right, that's AFP courses. All right, cool. Let me know if you see this video being played out. I'm going to blow up the screen. Let's maximize it. All right. So I want to play this from the top. Let me know what we got there, Gio and Christian. So this is a different view of the play. Let's play it out. So there's Real Madrid playing the ball around, setting up Bayern for this goal. All right, there's Kroos. Now, this is the problem. This is what I wanted to show you before, fellas, and everybody else watching it on X. There's Dyer covering Bellingham. So, like I said before, but nobody got to see it. As a defense, you work as a unit, right? If you're moving, everybody's moving to the right, you move to the right. You can't leave this kind of space between this open space. Look at that at all. So that's my problem with this giving Kim Jae all the blame for this goal. All right. So he's already faked them, right? There's Kroos. You can see Kim Jae's feet is all tangled up. Vinicius. And this defender, this midfielder, like I say, he could have done a better job trying to get in front of the ball. And there's Dyer right there, covering Bellingham for no reason. He should have shifted over. All right, that's being taught at every level of football. And the left back here for Bayern could have covered Bellingham. Because this winger here is not really causing a problem for them at all. Even if he gets the ball out in the wing, they have time to recover to stop him, to slow him down. So that's that wide gap. We've seen it with other teams too. When we leave this kind of wide gap, you're asking for problems, all right? You can't do this. Dyer, this is on Dyer's fault. I blame, Dyer should have came over and helped that Kim Jae. Should have covered that space, like I said, because you work as a unit, all right? Everybody moves to the right, you shift over to the right. Everybody shifts to the left, you shift to the left, covering that open space. You need to stay compact as a defense. You can't be wide open like this. This is not good defending. And there it is. Boom, there's the through ball. Everybody's just looking out. Bayern Munich's midfielder's like, okay, ball's going through. All right, Kim Jae, you go get that ball, kid. And, Dyer's already got a head start, but, by the time he gets there, it's too late, obviously, as well. Look at the space. Vinicius, because he baited him. He baited Kim. Kroos baited him as well with the fake pass, faking it to Vinicius' front foot, and then going to the through ball because he read the play perfectly. got him. And Dyer not covering that proper space between him and Kim is another issue here. And there it is. Boom, goal. Now you can see here the keeper from Bayern Munich now could have came out a little earlier, possibly, and made himself bigger. And you can see it from that angle as well. All right, so there you go. Does that make sense to everybody in the chat? Can we see that why? You see, all the hate that Kim's getting is uncalled for. And like I said, crazy pass. And the fact that I was on Football Terrace and I brought this out to them in the chat, and the whole panel said, no, Dyer, are you kidding me? They looked at me like I was crazy. Nothing against them out there, but they're wrong, right? If you watch football like I do, and I'm not saying I'm some tactical genius, but I've coached, I've trained players, I've played, and I see the game a little bit differently. And a lot of people out there who've played before and coached see it the same way as I do. They just paid a little bit of attention to different things, to minute little details of the game. All right. And that's it. And the fact that Tuchel blamed him, put him out like that, you've ruined the kid's confidence. That's terrible too. And the fact all these people are jumping on him, all these fans are jumping on him saying it's his fault. It's not. Let's slow down and realize, give credit to Kraus for faking him for that perfect pass. Vinicius baiting him as well, faking it as well, because they must have worked that during training. They probably watched videos of Kim Jae, the way he defends, and they got that, and they perfectly executed that play. Tuchel's leaving. After what he did to Kim, I hope he leaves. All right. So that's what I got. This is the two videos. You can see it for yourself, guys. I broke it down pretty damn good. It makes sense to anybody now. Yeah. Well, he should get fired after what he said to Kim Jae. You never say that in public, ever. Putting the blame on the game on one player. If you want to put the blame on anybody, Dyer should be blamed. I'm sorry, anybody who claims that Dyer is some great center back, he made a huge mistake at that play. He left his own teammate out to dry. You need to work together. All right, that's why it's called the center back parent. They work together to communicate. All right, it's like Siamese twins. You work together all the time. You should be reading each other's thoughts by then. All right. Gio, appreciate it. Thanks for the love, man. Yeah, that's crazy too. I think Henry, they were talking. I saw the Paramount video. I think they were blaming him not for their first goal, but for the second goal, which, that was Kim's fault, 100%. And we've seen even Milanista players do that too. We've seen, I think who it was, Musa has made that play where he tackles him from behind. It just happens. He just spaz out. And Kim made it, from my opinion, Kim made that second mistake. All right, that penalty, because of the first play. He was all messed up mentally. It got to him. Probably his teammates got him as well. Probably Tuchel, he probably yelled at him, knowing Tuchel's, he likes to yell at his players. He's not the most personal coach. He's great tactically, but as a coach to talk to your players and like calm them down and give them confidence, Tuchel is not that guy. And it got into Kim Jae's head, just like it got into Chow's head this season with all the mistakes that he made. And you saw the last game with Chow's mind straight, vibranium. The kid is a baller. So you have to have the right mindset to play well. And Kim Jae, after that first goal, and he felt like that was his fault. That's what happened. That second play, and he gave up the penalty. His head was just not in the right place. Hey, yeah, man, definitely. Gio, anybody else in the chat? So every Sunday or Saturday, it all depends. With Husney, Shane, Vinicius 360, they were more than, you know, I got to give them credit for bringing me onto their show and their channel and giving me a opportunity to put these videos out and to have my own segment on their show on Sunday. You can find me on there as well on the weekends. I think this Sunday we're going at 1 o'clock EST or 11 or something like that. I think 11 p.m. And I think we might bring on a special guest again. Well, we'll see. We reached out to some people to come on to the show. We'll be talking about how our loan players are doing at Milan, other players that are out in loan like Maldini, a few other guys as well, see how they're performing this season. And obviously, we might bring up Origi, being that he's coming back from loan, which is horrible. I don't know what we're going to do with Origi just sitting there on the bench. Thanks, fellas. All right. And always Forza Milan and Forza Soccer. That's for you all EPL fans, because you like to tell us that we call it soccer. Matter of fact, put the blame on the EPL fan base. The English started that. They have a soccer show called The Soccer Show. I don't know if it's still around, but they started that whole phrase. Yeah. Don't put that blame on us. We call it soccer. We got that from the English, by the way. All right, fellas. Thanks again for tuning in. All right, now make sure you check us out on with Husney and Shane and the rest of the crew this Sunday, Vinicius 360. All right, we'll be breaking down some other things, probably some coaching stuff, of coaches possibly that might be coming to Milan. So I'll be breaking down some of their defensive stuff. But yeah, I'll be trying to do this at least once a week, this show, breaking down some videos and giving everybody a different perspective on defensive breakdowns or defensive, highlights. All right. Until then, take it easy and make sure you hit that like button, smash it, like the video, subscribe, all that good stuff to Vinicius 360. All right. Take it easy. See ya. And Forza Milan. All right. Be good.